Alright, one of those videos I really don't want to make, but the obligation seems apparent. Anyway, Broken Mech, the Canadian scumbag, whatever you want to call him, the bigot, the animal killer, abuser, the malicious, sadistic causer of suffering. Yeah, he's a scumbag bigot. Racist, speciest, little wormy piece of garbage. Anyway, well, he's made another Holocaust video. So, just, to understand the context here, I have no desire to discuss the Holocaust. It's not my agenda at all. I made the mistake of expressing an honest opinion, and they won't let it go. And I'm going to say they, okay? Yeah, I'll imply something. They won't let it go, and they insist on obliging me to speak some kind of words to say yes, they were extermination camps, even though this asshole in the description of this video couldn't even get his own propaganda right, and he calls it a concentration camp. Well, you made a big mistake, asshole. You don't even know your own agenda rhetoric. The new politically correct jargon is extermination camp, asshole. So you better correct that, you motherfucker. Get the political speech right. Get your 1984 draconian talk like us or we'll slander the fuck out of you rhetoric right. So understand, look, at the end of the video, recommended video, there's the little old Adolf Hitler picture again. It's just never going to go away. So doesn't this have the smell of the Star of David pasted on Jewish people? The very thing I talked about in my videos, that he takes my voice and puts my voice over concentration camp pictures, as if I've ever said anything anti-Semitic or if I've ever said anything about causing any bigotry or causing any unfairness or maltreatment to any race on the planet Earth. He puts my voice over those images as if I've endorsed it or I've sanctioned it. And this is this again. I talked about this image, and I said the most offensive part of it was the Star of David behind me, because that's what started the Holocaust. It was that whole concept that you're going to sit there and label goddamn people so you can treat them differently, so you can deny them their goddamn humanity. I made that argument. Did he use those comments in his fucking voiceover? No, he didn't, because he's a scumbag. Because he doesn't care about the motherfucking truth. He just cares about his goddamn fucking propaganda. And he doesn't care how much he'll misuse or abuse people to make his fucking propaganda. So again, let me just reiterate. This is not a subject I have any interest in talking about. This fucker, wherever I go, keeps bringing it up. Every time he loses an argument on another subject, he does another Holocaust video. Alright? And it's just goddamn fucking bullshit. It's just the most weaselable, the deplorable, disgusting tactic. I am not some kind of, a serial Holocaust denier. I never bring up the subject on my own volition. I kick people out of my Stickham room every Saturday night. I kick at least one person out, okay? At least one. For abusing the words, okay? For making some Jew comment, all right? In that room. Every fucking Saturday night. And this is just disgusting to sit there and label me, to make me a poster child for people who do hate, for people who do want to kill, for people who do believe the Jews are inferior or the Jews are racially destructive. I mean, this is just such bullshit. And what's it all about? Oh, I guess it's about fucking Israel, isn't it? Yes, it's about finding an excuse that we're going to fight bigotry with bigotry. Yeah, know how we solve bigotry in the world? Yeah, let's create a bigoted nation, okay, that's racially and ideologically bigoted. You can't be a member, you can't be a civilian, you can't be a citizen unless you speak their speak or you're their race. What a pile of motherfucking goddamn shit. But this is the values of those people. This eye for an eye crap. That certainly hasn't worked. This asshole also, in another video, he has the line, those who who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Yeah, well, you don't learn from fucking goddamn history. You know what the history is? The history is that this all starts with this goddamn bigotry. It starts with this goddamn Star of David. All right? And should we conclude that the Native Americans were all annihilated on purpose because we can find some speeches from some American politicians saying these these savages are a menace to our productive land and blah, blah, blah. So then we'll assume that everybody wanted them dead? No, and we won't accept the obvious truth, which is as soon as you segregate people, neglect becomes easy. It's really, out of sight, out of fucking goddamn mind. Yeah, that's right. You take people out of your civilization and there's nobody to see it. There's no witnesses anymore. And that's the first crime. And that's really the biggest crime. If you prevent that, you prevent the crime. How has Israel treated the Palestinians? They're caretakers in their concentration camp, right? They cut off their fucking electricity. They extort them and abuse them to oblige them to behave in a manner that they think they're obligated to behave. They're not allowed to get pissed off. They're not allowed to fight back. If the Nazis used those tactics against the Jews, would it be right? No. This is just such bullshit. So anyway, I mean, I'm not going to DMCA the video, but it's an abuse of my rights. You don't steal my content. You don't steal my voice and voice over a bunch of fucking Nazi images. That's just disgusting tactic. It's disgustingly weasel behavior. And so obviously, I would suggest to people not to comment or associate yourself with this bullshit because I'm not going to appreciate it. This just sucks, period. So it's just extortion. It's just, you must say what we want you to say. You must say that 6 million people were gassed to death in extermination camps in World War II. If you suggest any other truth, you will be maligned and maliciously abused and slandered by us. We're the truth authority. And we will tell you what you will believe. And we will prove our case because we have a photograph. Yeah, a photograph. A horrible photograph that has no context, no when it was taken, where it was taken, nothing. No, we're just going to put your face on that photograph. And we're going to put your image on that star. And we're going to imply something. And that's all this is about. We're just going to make the implication. Because that's how you fight fair. You're weasels. You're fucking goddamn weasels. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about the Holocaust. I've said all I've got to say about it. No, I'll say it this one last time. Like I said, he could have taken the clips of the videos where I talked about the segregation, where I talked about the suffering and the slow, horrible death, where I talked about how it was the darkest days of the human fucking race. He didn't play those clips, right, over these images. No, he chose what clips to play. He maliciously abused my context, what I think, what I believe, and distorted it and perverted it for his own malicious goddamn purposes because he's a fucking weasel, a ballless weasel who can't fight a fair fight. So anyway, I'm a person of no or low character. So, look, I've spent my life, Anne Frank was one of the most meaningful events, okay, of my conscious experience. When I read that book in high school, I contemplated it. I felt it, every little bit of it. I thought about the wooden floors, and I thought about this, and I heard the creaks, and I heard the people talking at night, and I lived it in my imagination. Every little fucking, I can't do every little bit of it, but you know what I'm saying. I spent hours and hours of my life imagining and empathizing with that horror, okay, of that circumstance. I saw those images of the dead, and I thought about where they were the day before, and the day before that, 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 to get in that condition, to get the way they looked. And I thought about those little bunks, and I thought about the dirt and the smell and the stench and the horror of that fucking life. And so I don't need any fucking goddamn asshole preaching to me about what people need to feel, and what people need to think. Until you have some evidence that I've ever suggested people should be treated like that, you have no fucking right to put my voice over those pictures, you fucking cunt. You fucking disgusting, deplorable human being. Fuck you. Fuck you thoroughly. I hope your fucking dog bites your fucking neck, rips your fucking jugular open, and you bleed out, you fucking cunt. You useless piece of shit. So anyway, you think you're doing this, you're doing any cause, any fucking good doing this bullshit, playing this fucking game with this fucking issue, you fucking piece of shit? Well, you're not. You're just a fucking useless weasel. Alright. Enough of a rant. So fuck all of you. Fuck you!